Something something the Xbox exclusive Jedi game Star Wars Obi-Wan. Is there a Jedi exclusive game?
A lot of series will end up getting a spin-off named after one of their main characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things like Bumblebee, Shadow the Hedgehog, Frasier, Stalinism, and the same goes for Star Wars, especially with the uptick in TV shows that follows one of their side characters. Like Obi-Wan, who despite being a fan favorite in the movies, did not get a whole lot of good reaction with his TV show. But what if I told you that this wasn't the first time our high ground hero got an ill-received spin-off? The first time being an oft-forgotten-about 2001 video game. Obi-Wan actually holds an interesting place in gaming history, being one of the 3 launch titles for the original Xbox. The other 2 being Halo Combat Evolved and Shrek. One heck of a trilogy right there. Now,
wait, so the first 3 games on Xbox are Halo, Shrek, and Star Wars Obi-Wan. That is an interesting trifecta.
despite being a Star Wars game from the early 2000s, arguably the best era of Star Wars games, it has become largely forgotten. Maybe in part because it was an Xbox exclusive, but so was KOTOR. It also didn't help that despite this game seeming to imply that the story was going to follow Obi-Wan throughout his entire life, it's really just a glorified retelling of Episode 1, and there's no shortage of other games that do that. And yet, despite being seemingly forgotten, it's a game that has always stuck in my mind. Now, while I don't think it was a revolutionary game, there's a lot about this game that I think is unique. It had really interesting lightsaber combat, and a versus mode that kept me and my brother entertained for hours. And instead of your saber swings being tied to a button press, you would actually swing your lightsaber by moving the analog stick. Something I really haven't seen repeated in any video game I can think of. Now, I'll also tell you there's plenty about this game I don't really like. I remember a lot of levels being very poorly laid out and unforgivably difficult. I remember combat encounters later in the game that just were not fun and did not play to the game's strengths. And yet it's a Star Wars game that has a lot of moments that stand out to be more than other Star Wars games. I remember traversing a Tusken Raider village and fighting their chief. I remember breaking up gang activity on the lower levels of Coruscant, ultimately finding a crime syndicate with anti-Jedi weaponry. And I remember
anti-Jedi weapon? Wow, this sounds way more interesting than the actual Obi-Wan show. What the hell?
an intense duel against Darth Maul at the end of this game. Now it's...
I mean, if it is like a retelling of like Obi-Wan's perspective from Episode 1, why wouldn't it involve Darth Maul? The Darth Maul craze was real even back then.
It's been years since I've actually played the game, and a lot of these memories are probably painted by nostalgia. However, since I recently got my original Xbox up and running and wanted to test whether or not I could record on it effectively, I figured now was as good a time as any to go back and check out Star Wars Obi-Wan. Oh man, it's been forever since I picked up this game. See, this is the thing that gets me. Now, I know, I understand that this came out before, heck, I think this came out before Attack of the Clones, so like the trilogy wasn't done yet. But you call the game just Obi-Wan, you got a picture of, you know, young Obi-Wan with Ewan McGregor, then you got Alec Guinness over here. I'm going to assume you're going to have a game that's on Obi-Wan's entire life, not just the start of it. Doesn't matter, we'll start a new game. Oh.
I mean, if the Clone Wars didn't really finish up yet, like they didn't release it yet, it makes sense that they wouldn't make the full story of Obi-Wan. I mean, they haven't figured out the full story from that point on yet. Is that a car engine or something? That scared the shit out of me. But yeah, they wouldn't exactly have figured out the full story of Obi-Wan. Why would they go like to the prequels and all the way to the original trilogy? That would be a long playtime, I guess. But if they haven't even made the Clone Wars yet, Star Wars Clone Wars Episode 2, let's be more specific. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for them to focus on the entire story of Obi-Wan.
Ooh, I like that little menu. Yeah, like the little claws on the thing. Yeah, that's... I don't know. This little tiny. I'm super nostalgic for this game, but
It does look cool.
That's really cool. That's really neat. I like the little claws on the menu items. Oh, look here in the loading screen. Look, Episode 2, older Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan.
Oh shit. Maybe they have been thinking about making
Everything
it
has been quiet, Master. Nothing unusual to report. Are you sure my presence here is necessary?
The Jedi must be patient, young Padawan. All will present itself in good time.
Oh man, I love these guys trying to do an impression of these characters.
Oh, they're trying. I mean, they did a decent job, I guess.
It seems I found myself here in Oakland. So yeah, here it is. This is the game, and yeah, you kind of got tank controls to work with, which normally I despise tank controls in video games. I just don't like them. But the trade-off is you attack by swinging the analog stick, the right analog stick. If you want to swing to the left, you hold it to the left. You want to swing to the right, you hold it to the right. You want to swing down, you do that. If you want to do, all right, doing it like straight down does like a deflect. And you can like do all these little combos and everything. It's really cool, and
that is an interesting idea, using the analog stick for the lightsaber attacks. That is really cool. I wonder, like, they should revisit that, like, basically to use, that has, like, the potential to have so many combinations, especially with buttons. It'd be like Devil May Cry, in a sense, like, using the different combinations, different swings with additional buttons to make, like, an epic, sick lightsaber attack. That'd be really cool to revisit. That is an interesting mechanic. Though I guess with the tank controls, it does make sense for it to be there. It gives them a bit more, uniqueness, because tank controls tend to just have the character be stiff and just kind of turn around every once in a while and just kind of, then you go forwards. So I guess that does give him a bit more standing power, but yeah, that is an interesting mechanic to revisit for future games. They should do that.
To be honest, the closest thing I can begin to compare it to is like Blade Mode from Metal Gear Rising, except it's not nearly as cool or responsive, but it's kind of in that same ballpark of, you control where the blade goes with your, the analog stick, except that's your only form of attack, so it's kind of hit or miss sometimes. Alright, why don't we go check out what that Rhodian was doing? Oh, hey, they got knives, but I've got a lightsaber. So if he's willing, if he shoots at me, I'll show you can reflect bullets back. Yeah, by doing down on the analog stick. It responds fairly well. Yeah, he's dead. Can you do it too? Yeah, there we go. Nope, get away from me with your knife.
That was...
Why, thank you, citizen. I'm so grateful for this health pack you have given me. Yeah, no, I'm not going to because I just saved this man, but you actually can attack and kill anything in this world. Like this droid right here. Or that man. I'm sorry, he got caught in the crossfire. But when I say you can attack anything, I mean you can attack anything. So yeah, me and
not the Wookiee
are about to go at it right by his stretched in here. Yeah, now you see the Wookiee, he actually kind of has a little bit more health. It's harder to get him. Look, I know you've fallen on hard times, Chewbacca. That's why I figured it's better to just put you down, put you out of your misery. I remember this Wookiee hitting a lot harder. Oh, there it is. There's some of it. Also, not everything has an equal amount of health. So as you'll see, this Wookiee is tanky as all get out, so I'm probably not going to kill him.
I mean, yeah, Wookiees are like extremely tanky.
Barely. Look at how low my health is, though.
Non-existent health.
The guilt of my crimes is weighing on my conscience. I must end it all. Oh man, this game. So many memories are flooding back to me. Memories of committing unspeakable acts against people down here in the lower city. Just attacking with reckless abandon. Getting health packs from strangers who I killed like 5 seconds ago. The weird what is basically a sign for a strip club, and yet it's just kind of, here in a... What is this? It's rated T for T, that's fine. Well, that dude's got a golf club attack.
They've got balls in video games.
Tiger Woods, let's see what you got.
Wow. Wait, so from what I can see, you can actually, like, block the attacks from others. That's really cool, all things considered. Again, this does seem like a very cool mechanic. They should actually try to revisit it in other games.
Also other force abilities. What else is? I think one of them is... Okay, that's a forced push. I swear there's a way to pull their weapons out of their hand. Yes, there is! You can pull their weapons out of their hand.
Neato.
We're gonna ignore the fact that I just killed an unarmed opponent. Dang, that was cool. I'm letting nostalgia blend this so much. Realistically, this probably isn't a very good game, and I remember a lot of the levels are just, like, overly difficult. But the level design itself is actually pretty open-ended. Not as much in these first couple levels, those are probably all you're gonna see today. But even still, like, you know that bottomless pit I jumped into on accident? You can get down there. There's no reason for you to get down there, but there's a pathway that takes you down there. There's enemies, there's things to do. I think there's even some secrets. But yeah, they're fairly open-ended levels, and yeah, you just kind of go around, and yeah, I'm gonna stop this mugging real quick.
Thank you, Jedi.
Now come back here. I know I pulled your gun out of your hand, but that doesn't mean you can't fight me like a man. Quit running around and screaming. You're making this very difficult for me. And slice through the vertebrae. I'm so evil. No, no! Oh man, I couldn't save that citizen. I at least avenged him. I remember spending just hours in this level in particular, because it's not a very big level, but again, there's just a lot to explore, there's a lot of enemies to find, and you can just spend a lot of time roaming around one of these levels, and this is one of the safer levels.
I mean, at this point, you're basically playing Jedi Cop. If that's what you're essentially insinuating.
A lot of them, there's enemies that you just can't really stand up against. Oh, what's this? Is it a crack deal? You dealing crack? Is this crack?
Hello.
Welcome to Lower.
Wait, that sounded like Mandy from Billy and Mandy.
Enemies that you just can't really stand up against. Oh, what's this? Is it a crack deal? You dealing crack? Is this crack?
Hello.
I'm not the only one who's hearing that, right?
Oh, what's this? Is it a crack deal? You dealing crack? Is this crack?
Hello.
Welcome to Lower Coruscant.
I swear that does sound like Mandy. The announcer sounded a lot like Mandy from Billy and Mandy. Maybe it's a coincidence, but damn, it's very close.
What a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. I'm gonna put my lightsaber away. I don't think I'm gonna kill you. You got a... I mean, I know you're supposed to be a Biff.
Yeah, it does sound similar to her.
Looking head. You also got a pretty good force jump. Y'all kind of saw it. So yeah, you can jump up and like you can grab on the ledges.
Oh.
It's a pretty competent action-adventure game. It's not perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's...
I mean, if it's got like tank controls on the equivalent of Resident Evil 3, because that one was action-packed and had some decent tank controls, according to some reviewers and game analysts or some shit like that. It's not perfect, but at least it's interesting and engaging. So I guess if you have like good tank controls, yeah, it's worth playing.
Way better than I think some people give it credit for, this game. I'm going to take your weapons. That's right, run away in fear. I'm going to kill you. You face me like a man. Oh, you're still trying to fight. I'll kill you anyways. I was going to let you live. And you can't even tell me it's a bad Obi-Wan impression because it's the same one the guy's using.
True.
Well, I mean, I guess that still makes it a bad Obi-Wan impression. It's just they signed off on it. Can I block your attacks? Yeah, come on, swing at me. Take a swing at me with your massive club. And we're just standing here playing chicken in the corner in the back alley. Only one of us is walking out of here. No one cares what happens. Okay, you don't want to do it? Okay. There. Oh, another mugging. Hold on. Nope. Back away. Oh, there's something back here. Man, how many drug dealers are in this place? Master, I don't understand why Chancellor Forum wants the Jedi to start distributing death sticks into low-income housing areas. Alright, well, it's time to face the epitome of poor housing areas. That's right, public transportation. I want to check it out, we got a tweaker on top of this thing. As a Jedi, I have a right to fight homeless people who are bothering everyone on the public transportation. I'm on the public transportation, I don't want to be bothered. So yeah, the first boss of this game is, I guess, before becoming an infamous bounty hunting boss, kind of had like a heroin addiction or something. Get off that piece of debris.
Why Bosk specifically?
I don't know if it's gonna get old or not, but I'm gonna keep doing it. Oh, look at y'all standing right there on the edge. Yeah, let me just do that. Yeah, enjoy finding a free clinic to fix yourselves up at. This might be some of the worst commentary I've ever done in a game. Okay, he's not...
Dude, you're way better than me at this point. I'm just coming and, like, agreeing with you. If anything, you're way better than nowadays commentators like me.
Wanting to come down, that's okay. Light, no, do the light. How do I do the lightsaber? I can't remember. Huh. I can't remember how to do a certain attack in this game. You do like a really cool little lightsaber flourish. It's like that. Maybe it is just that. Yeah, maybe it is. You don't need to use the Force. Never mind. Once again, peace and order have been brought to Section 8 housing. The people will sleep easier at night knowing that I can come in here and just kill 30 people unopposed.
We've identified the group that attacked you as the Black Heth.
Man, some of these character models from this day are just kind of... I don't want to say, like, rough, as in, like, it's bad. I knew there were limitations at the time, but hot dog. Look at Qui-Gon. Look at the schnoz on that guy.
Whoa.
Well, in escaping the lower sector, Padawan. Practice your skills here in the arena. You still have much to learn.
Yeah, I forgot about this. So yeah, throughout the game, they'll throw you, like, I don't know, I guess they'll stack up all the chairs that are in the council chamber. And you have, like, these kind of, you know, one-on-one duel fights. First, it starts off against this training droid, but you can do against pretty much every member of the Jedi Council. It's a fun addition because I think the lightsaber combat in this game is very good. And, like,
you have an action roll too?
Really well. There's a multiplayer mode for it. Anytime you're facing enemies with melee weapons, the game's at its peak. If you're facing enemies with just blasters, it starts to dip in quality a little bit. And
I mean, if we're going by the logic of, like, how you would reflect blaster fire with lightsabers and everything, it's basically like comparing to the old shows where droids were shooting at, like, Jedi and stuff like that. It's not exactly that entertaining when you know for a fact they'll just reflect it all back.
that's why I think the latter half of this game falls off just a bit. But as for this battle droid, nah, I got this.
Well done, Obi-Wan. Your training is progressing well.
I mean, you're wearing the red, so that wouldn't exactly say you were good.
Be careful, Obi-Wan. If you raise the alarm, they will surely kill our brave friend.
Yes, Master.
Master, these crack addicts seem to have come to this construction site to try and strip it of all its copper wiring. I don't know how you would begin. I guess that Obi-Wan voice, something about it, it's like if Arnold Schwarzenegger was Scottish, but still had his regular voice, and he hadn't gone through puberty yet. That's the only way I could think to describe the Obi-Wan voice. This level...
How did Scottish Arnold Schwarzenegger... I don't think that's how it works. It's vastly different.
It's pretty fun, because you got to get through it without triggering the alarm, or else your informant... your informant will die. So yeah, you can destroy the droid, or destroy the console, and now you can just kill everyone here with abandon. Or you can, you know, force push them off the edge. Why am I scared of y'all? Y'all got Nerf blasters that still had the little orange tip on the end of them. Those aren't real guns. You know, what if the layers here on Coruscant is called 1313? That tells me that there's well over 1,000 floors and levels here on this planet. Let's see how long it takes you to get to level 1.
Destroy you.
You can also interact with the environment here, so you can walk up. I think it's the Y. Yeah, the Y button, and then you can do like that. And I think I could even move this this pallet over here too. Yeah, it's moving, so I can now get down.
Sound the alarm!
And I gotta find. There's the alarm. Okay, and disabled. And take the droid out just to be extra careful. And yeah, no, he's. I think that's another floor dealt with. Oh no, there's someone over there. You know, falling to your death is so, like, last level. How about yeah, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was an explosive barrel.
Wow.
Yeah, your array of force powers in this game is honestly pretty notable. Because, you know, you've already seen I can pull blasters out of people's hands. I can force push them, and it's a pretty decent force push. And then, of course, I can throw objects and items at them. So there's a lot you can do. It's really, I mean, it's all really only those 3 things. But those are 3 things, at least as far as, like,
it's diverse,
like pulling
somewhat.
blasters out of people's hands. Not many games have that. The power of a force push kind of varies from game to game, but you know, it's usually kind of a normal staple. And then a button dedicated to throwing items at opponent. Like, I mean, that's kind of all you need, but that's still a pretty decent arsenal. Like, there's nothing else you really, like, are desperately missing. Oh, wait, no, you are missing the front flips. Super acrobatic Obi-Wan.
Wow. Look at him go.
Man, I forgot he could do this. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. It really is a shame that more people have not heard of or played this game. Master, is it still considered a stealth mission if no one's alive after I come through there? After all, I was seen.
Technically speaking, it would be, since Sniper Elite has that too. They call the guy from Sniper Elite the Ghost, and if you manage to kill too many people, it doesn't matter. He's still the Ghost. He got away. It was technically speaking still a successful stealth mission. Even though it should have raised a ton of alarms and everyone should have been like, well, shit, there he is. He exists. So I guess, kinda?
But no one was able to report me because, well, they were busy taking up space in a morgue. I must find our informant.
That is a cold line.
It's actually Chancellor Valorum who's the one peddling all this spice. Oh, okay, so I do have a lightsaber throw. You got some decent control over that, too. It really is nothing quite like rediscovering a game from your childhood. Because, like, you know, as a kid, at least in the generation where I grew up, you just kind of, like, you had what you had and you liked it. You didn't have a lot of options. There were no online stores. If you wanted to buy a game, you had to have your parents drive you to the store and buy a new game.
Or you just pirate it, like a real peasant would, like I would, because, you know, we don't have that type of money or power. So, yeah, it's either mainly pirated for me.
So you kind of just had to learn to like whatever it was that you had to play. But then as an adult, you're like, man, I wonder if that game was actually good or if it's just nostalgia. And I'm sure there is a lot of nostalgia, even with this game, that goes into it. But, like, I'm playing it, I'm having...
I mean, it's mostly in old games from your childhood. It's whether or not you had fun or not. If you didn't have fun, then, I suppose it's good, I guess.
Such a good time. This is so much fun. Okay, okay, never mind, I'm fine. Okay, there's a little slit in the elevator vent here, so we can crouch. Yeah, you can crouch. I assume that somewhere down there is the man I'm trying to rescue. But all I see are future lightsaber practice dummies. Perhaps I should come up with a catchphrase of some sort as I drop down into the midst of an opponent. Oh, here, I've got it. Greetings here. No, I think I need to keep workshopping it. Oh, nope, I hear someone. Oh, yeah, there is still someone. Dang, Tweaker Bosk, you're still alive? You know, you might be able to kill me, but I can also give you a concussion. and third-degree burns. Holy crap, it's Davy Jones.
They are receiving large shipments of arms and plan on turning Coruscant into a war zone.
Let's go!
So tell me about the Flying Dutchman. That Obi-Wan voice is just the right amount of zesty.
It's both cringy and yet super funny. At the exact same time, it's very interesting of a voice.
Master, someone has just arrived. I can't make out their species, but they must be the arms dealers.
Padawan, if you could place a tracking device on their ship, we can find out where these gangsters are from.
I will, Master.
That one's kind of on me for thinking that standing right out here in the middle of a very open landing pad, I wouldn't be seen. Alright, this is probably going to be the
Some people can be blind to that, so I don't blame you for standing in the open.
last level we do, and it's not a super long one. How do I extend the bridge? One of these buttons I know extends the bridge, but it's not this one.
I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe I just gotta kill more guys. I call this one the Edinburgh Delight. Oh, I missed him. Hold on. Okay, now he's too far. Well, you know what? Screw you. Okay. I'll just kill you anyways. Oh, now the bridge is coming out. Okay, so I guess that was just kind of like a timed thing. Now it's time for the first new enemies in this game, the Obadians or something. I know I just force pushed one off the edge. They're a lot more threatening than your average thug because they all are wielding cortosis, so their weapons like can block lightsabers. I mean, technically, even if we saw a golf club block a lightsaber earlier, but they're also very acrobatic, being able to pull themselves back up after falling off the edge. I'm good on you guys. They're also not afraid to follow me anywhere, but you know that might be a. Oh, hold on! I can't force push them. I'm out of force. It appears the CIA is
I'm out of force.
Trained agents. Seriously, these guys got clubs, morning stars. Like, I don't know, man. These are pretty threatening dudes.
Kill the Jedi.
Maybe if we were fighting this instead of freaking battle droids, this Clone Wars would have been a little bit more of a challenge. And throw that and bring it back to me. Oh, I thought I could have switched the leg. Cobra Kai lied to me. Oh wait, I can just pick up the Force power up and then, yeah, just do unlimited Force attacks until they die. Yeah, I haven't really touched on it because there hasn't been a need to, but you do also have, like, equipment in this game you can use. So obviously you got your lightsaber. If you go over on the D-pad, you've got a set of binoculars. And let me see. Yeah, okay, so you do up on the D-pad to actually activate them. And I mean, it's just standard binoculars. You can go back to your lightsaber. Right now, that's all we have, but you can get anything from grenades to a sniper rifle later on in this game. And
wait, this game came out like what, 2004, 2001? When was the? So that means they predicted Sniper Obi-Wan before the Clone Wars ever did it. Okay, that's I like that.
Use it. There's a lot of equipment like that. Well, you seem to be the kingpin of this operation. It's time for us to engage in an epic battle of swords. You're good. But I'm better because I can just do this.
That's all.
No, just go off the edge. Go off the edge.
I'm going to break you in half, Jedi.
Oh no, I'm so scared. Don't follow me out here to the bridge where there's far less environment for you to clip onto. Okay, he doesn't want to follow me. I was going to be funny and say like, oh, I'm just going to push him off the edge. Because you can actually, there's a lot of bosses in this game that you can just kill if you just push them off the edge. Not all of them, and not the one you're thinking of. And yes, he's like the final boss of this game. But yeah, sometimes with these like kind of basic, just buffed up enemy things, you can just push them off the edge and be done with it that way. But me,
seems solid.
Their heads off. Master, we have now cornered the market on drug racketeering. Ooh, I was about to skip this, but I get to fight CC-10. Come on, you guys know CC-10, right? It's hard to describe who he is without making it sound like a Glub Shido character, but just there's like a lot of Jedi Masters in this game, and you get to fight them and play as them if you are in the two-player bonus mode. Sorry, Master, but you mess with the bulls, you get the horns. So yeah, that was Obi-Wan. Once again, man, I really enjoyed going back to that game, but I can easily see where people later on, the first couple levels are really solid. Later on the game, between difficulty and some levels being frankly too open, I can see where it gets a little confusing for some people. I also recorded this on my original Xbox. I got it up and running again not too long ago, so maybe I'll play some other Xbox games. This was kind of a test run for that too, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
That is an interesting exclusive for the Xbox. The Star Wars Obi-Wan. They did Obi-Wan before they ever made a show about him. That is crazy to consider. Maybe I might try it, but I'm not exactly keen on tank controls of all things.